Hey. Okay. So, I'm doing my project on how to make what are those? Okay, yeah, how to make flowers out of tissue paper, which is like the stuff you wrap your presents in. Like when you give someone a bag for a present, it's the paper stuff that you put in it to make it pretty. So you can use any colors, like pink or orange or like yellow or something. I don't know, whatever you want. I used green and purple because that's what I have. So yeah. So what you're gonna need for this is you are going to need scissors, tissue papers, which it comes in like big huge pieces, but I already cut mine, and then this stringy stuff. It's string, like the stuff you sew with. It's nothing special. So it says to use tape, but I tried using tape and it works, but it looks really, really tacky and ugly, so I didn't use it. Anyways, so when you go get like the tissue paper, it will come in like big pieces of paper. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to buy pieces. Like cut them into pieces about this big. Yeah, right there. So, and the size of the square doesn't really matter. I wouldn't do any smaller than this because this makes a pretty small flower. It makes them about this big. So, I wouldn't do any smaller than that, but any bigger would just, it would just mean the flower's going to be a little bigger. So, you're going to want 6 of these cut out and stacked on top of each other. And if they're a little bit off, like if some of them are a little bit bigger than each other, it doesn't really matter because it looks a little bit better if they're not all the same. It makes the flower look a little bit more real. Well, so you're gonna have these here. Okay. So you're gonna have these little paper thingies. And so what you're going to do is you're going to fold it in half. And then what I did is I just drew a little line where the middle was because it's kind of hard to track it. Okay, so when you have your paper, just start folding it like an accordion. So it really confuses me, so don't even feel bad if you mess up. So there's one half. And it's really hard to like control because this paper's super light. It wasn't even. Okay. Okay, well, make sure you don't do that. So when you're doing this, make sure, because the paper's really light, so when you're doing that accordion thing, it will start to go to one side, and you won't really notice it, so I would pay attention to that. So I'm going to set this here so that it doesn't do that, which it probably still will, but okay. So, just fold it like an accordion. Okay, there's that half. Wow, I did it again. Anyways, I'm just going to keep going. You'll get the point, so you're just going to want to fold it like an accordion. And then just, you have it like that, right? You see the little No, okay, yeah. You see the little accordion looking thing. Anyways, so after that, you're going to take your string and put it in the middle. Get as close to the middle as you can, but leave a little piece up when you're folding it so that you'll have room to tie it at the end, because if you don't leave room, then you have no place to tie it. And how many times you wrap it, it just really depends on what you want the middle to look like. And I wrap it like, I don't know, I don't really count. I just kind of eye it. It's like however many times you want. It doesn't have to be anything huge. Okay, so that's like good probably. So, and then I'm just going to cut it right there and then tie it. I just tie it like once, I think, yeah, like once, maybe twice if you're all paranoid and don't want it to come loose, but it doesn't really matter. This paper is super, super light and stupid, so, I mean, not stupid, sorry, it's like hard to work with, I guess you could say. So it's like, you just have to be really gentle with it or it will rip, which I kind of lost patience for it, so. But, and, I mean, you can cut them off if you want, like, just a little stem. So you have these, right, the little accordion things, and so you can cut them depending on how you want the edges to look. So when you have these, depending on how you want the edges to look on it, you can cut it in a circle, which would make it look like a, like, I don't know, a flower. Or you can cut it in like a V, and it would look like a flower. It just, whatever, however you want to cut them. Or, I don't know, just be creative with it. It's pretty paper. Okay, so I'm going to cut mine. I've done them like the circular one will make it look like this. Wait, hold on. Yeah, so if you cut them, the edges in a circle, like a rounded edge, then it's going to look like this. But if you cut them at a point, it's going to look like this. So, what you do after, you have it like this, and I mean, fold it in half and make sure it's kind of, you know, like in the middle. So have this thing at the bottom and make sure these are pretty even for the most part. They don't have to be perfect, but make sure it's close. And I'm going to do, I'm just going to do the circle one again because I like it. It's really pretty. So I just cut the edges in a circle. And do the, well, I should have done, okay. So kind of, I'm going to straighten that one off again because I didn't really like it, but you can, there, okay. And then, okay, and after you cut it, it might get a little uneven again, but you can always adjust the middle part, so that's what I'm going to do because my cutting skills suck. Okay, so you will end up with this thing. See? So what you're going to do after you have this and you've cut the edges and everything and you have it to the shape you want, you're going to fan this out. Okay? So just make it like, you know, like, so it kind of, wait, hold on, there. And then you're going to do the same thing with the other side. Just so that it's not all bundled up anymore. And the more you do these, the more you get the hang of it, and it's kind of easier when you don't have to explain it to people. And so you kind of just open it, right? And then you start pulling these up. just one layer at a time, because they do rip and they're not very easy to work with. And these, I mean, they get easier as you do them, but they are pretty, like, yeah, they just rip easier. So. And you just start, you kind of see how it starts to make a flower, and it's really pretty, ends up really pretty, and I really like them. Okay, so I just got that one kind of spread it out. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. Okay, so sorry if you can hear me sing. Anyways, so you just kind of, you know, form it, make it look like a flower. And you, I mean, they're kind of, you just kind of mess with them and make them look full. Just play with the layers a little bit, and once you have it the way you want it, just kind of cup it, because the sides, like, just kind of squeeze it a little bit together so it's in a more of a circle, because where you had tied it, it kind of makes a little, if you look really close, you can see the, hold on. Yeah, there. You can see the gap down the middle, which isn't, I mean, once you're, like, if you have it like this, you can't see it, and it looks like a flower, and they're pretty. See, so this is the rounded one, and then this one's the one that I had pointed, and this is just another purple one that I made. And so they get really pretty, and when they, like, okay, so this was my first one. So, I mean, it looks like a bow. I guess it could work. But anyways, so these are what you get. They're just, they're cute, and I mean, you could put them on anything. I mean, they're just, I don't know, I thought they were cute and fun to do. So, again, you'll just need scissors, string, and tissue paper. And they take like 2 minutes if I'm not showing someone. They take me about like 5 minutes at the most if I make a big one. But yeah, oh, and another thing I was going to say, you can, when you have the paper, you can do like purple, green, or like if you were to do like pink, yellow, green, like just stack different colors, 6 different colors, and then make a flower, and then all the layers would be different. I thought that'd be really cool, but I only had purple and green, so that's what I did. So yeah, you guys should try this sometime, because this is embarrassing and I took a long time on this video. So, bye!